Well, with Sandman completely over, the series is done. I like that they dropped a bonus episode. This bonus episode is solely focused on death. It's called Death, the Cost of Living. And man, I love this show, these characters, man. These bonus episodes just prove that this series could go on without Dream. It's done a great job of fleshing out these characters like Death and making you really care about them and what they got going on, and just adds to the universe or adds to the story overall. So this story is mainly a Death story, like I said, but it's focusing on this character that goes by the name of Sexton. He's like a journalist, but he has this darkness in him. He is struggling to write. He's kind of, looking to take his own life because he's depressed. He's heartbroken. He really wants, he constantly is thinking about his ex, Natalie and whatnot. So one day Death arrives, but Death takes a new form. So every 100 years, Death is able to have a physical form, a human form, and just gets to live and just take a day off, which is really interesting that, all the Endless are able to have this moment. And it's also kind of sad too. And so they meet each other, and then Death reveals who she is. Sexton is not really like believing it, but as the episode progresses, he starts to kind of like say like, okay, maybe she is Death. And pretty much they kind of just spend the day with each other, and Death kind of gets to see what Sexton's life is like and tries to help him in a way, indirectly and directly at the same time. You know what I'm saying? And once they go to this club, that's where kind of things start to change for Sexton, as he sees his roommate there with her friend Jackie, and Jackie ends up kind of being like this new love interest for Sexton. And I really like the whole story that she gave him to kind of make him reflect. But then there's also like a crazy guy there named Theo that gets wind of Death and is obsessed with Death because he lost somebody very close to him. Now, this was interesting because he tries to steal Death's Unk, thinking that that's the key to her powers, but she's like, no, that's not how this shit works. You know what I'm saying? You did all you could to try to save her. And this guy is just at the end of his rope, so to speak, saying like, he's got both Sexton and Death at gunpoint, saying like, people blame me. They probably already blaming me. You're probably blaming me. And it's just Death trying to kind of talk him, I should say, off the ledge. And they're able to kind of get away from that and escape that. But that was pretty crazy. And this whole episode makes Sexton kind of reflect on his life and his decisions, and having this kind of perspective about Death, thinking that a lot of people think Death is like a Grim Reaper, somebody that is like dark and evil, but Death here is more warm and welcoming and free. And I like the whole themes of free will and who doesn't have free will, and Death doesn't have free will. They're obligated to do these certain tests, similar to how we kind of we saw that same theme play out with Dream and how the realms work, and even seeing that through their parents' eyes and stuff like that, why they do what they do, and why they don't really care about none of their children, because they're obligated to their realms like time or night. They don't really, have time. They have no reason to feel or have any human emotion. But to kind of see that going on, and also we have old girl from I think her name was Mad Hetty. She was looking for a soul. She lost track of it, and it's kind of driving her kind of crazy. So Death also wants to try to help her with that. So there's just a lot of dope things. This was a great final episode, final bonus episode. Just all the themes that this show kind of tackles is just truly phenomenal, and it sets it apart from the other comic book adaptations out there. And it just sucks that this is over. Hopefully they kind of do a spin-off. Like, I would love to see a Constantine and Corinthian kind of spin-off, because I think a lot of people like those two's chemistry. And I would want to see like a Hobbs spinoff, just like a one episode thing. I really hope that they decide to do more with this, because I know the whole controversy between the creator and stuff like that. But man, what Netflix has done with just this themselves, it's incredible. And it's just like, it's unfortunate that it's ending, but this was a really good episode. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below about this bonus episode. Till next time, I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.